Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show drew quite an array of reactions, but a cryptic one from the singer's most infamous ex has drawn particular attention. So what did Chris Brown have to say? Singer, actor, and beauty mogul Rihanna arguably stole the show at Super Bowl 57 when she performed at halftime in an all-red ensemble, complete with what many viewers were speculating was a baby bump. It wasn't until the game was over that a spokesperson for the Don't Stop the Music singer indeed confirmed her pregnancy. Even before the good news was official, it traveled like wildfire, and many took to Twitter to weigh in. One fan wrote, "Not bad for a pregnant woman who flies high in the sky at the Super Bowl. How you doing, Rihanna?" Meanwhile, another gushed, "Rihanna performing at the Super Bowl is amazing. Rihanna pregnant at the Super Bowl is even more amazing. Women can do anything." Now, it appears a blast from Rihanna's past has seemingly weighed in on her revelatory 2023 Super Bowl halftime show too. Shortly after her performance, former Flame Chris Brown took to his Instagram stories and appeared to show Rihanna some love and support. Alongside praying hands and red heart emojis, he simply wrote, "Go girl." Brown and Rihanna dated back in 2007 but called it quits in 2009 after he physically assaulted her inside a moving Lamborghini. In the documentary Chris Brown, Welcome to My Life, he said of the incident,
"I felt like a monster."
Even with that history of domestic abuse, the couple briefly reconciled in 2012, a choice Rihanna later admitted she wasn't proud of. In 2015, Rihanna told Vanity Fair that she believed she could change Brown, saying, "I was very protective of him. I felt that people didn't understand him, even after. But you realize after a while that in that situation, you're the enemy."
I fell in love with that person. That's embarrassing.
Still, Rihanna was adamant that she has no hatred in her heart for Brown, adding, "I will care about him until the day I die. We're not friends, but it's not like we're enemies." Following what appears to be an offer of well wishes following Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime performance, it would seem Brown feels the same. Indeed, the 2023 Super Bowl isn't the first time Brown has publicly wished his best-known ex-girlfriend well. In 2018, Brown wished Rihanna a happy birthday on Instagram, a move that shocked and outraged many. But a source told Us Weekly that Brown's sentiment shouldn't come as a surprise, noting that the famous former Flames in fact did keep in touch regularly. Meanwhile, a fan of Brown's on Twitter argued that enough time had passed and the criticism was unwarranted and hypocritical, writing, "How can people be pissed at Chris Brown for wishing Rihanna a happy birthday? Let that man live. Y'all be the same people recording violence on y'all phone, laughing but mad at Chris Brown over something he did years ago. He made a mistake. Let the man live in peace." Following the birth of Rihanna's first child with current partner A$AP Rocky, Brown once again posted to his Instagram story to seemingly convey support for his ex on the joyous occasion. Once again, with the praying hands and red heart emojis alongside an emoji of a pregnant woman, he simply wrote, "Congratulations." Perhaps Chris Brown's public displays of encouragement for Rihanna are just his way of patting a colleague on the back for a job well done. Nothing more, nothing less. After all, the famous exes have collaborated on not one but two projects following their tumultuous 2009 split. In February 2012, Rihanna collaborated with Brown on new versions of her track Birthday Cake and his single Turn Up the Music. The backlash was swift, but Rihanna was adamant that she didn't understand what all the fuss was about, telling Esquire, "The whole thing caught me a little off guard, especially the amount of negative attention, because it never occurred to me how this was going to be a problem. It really didn't. I thought people were gonna be surprised that we finally did a record together, but I didn't see how people could think it was a bad thing. In my mind, it was just music." If you or someone you know is dealing with domestic abuse, you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. You can also find more information, resources, and support at their website.